You've been living under a rock the past few days. I'm sure you've heard plenty about the bank failures, Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. But what does this mean and what is it going to look like moving forward? So pre-pandemic, there were about $13 trillion in bank deposits. And then during the pandemic and post-pandemic, there were $5 trillion in stimulus checks that went out. So that's $18 trillion. But the problem is that money, especially the $13 trillion that was deposited pre-pandemic, is not worth that much anymore with the rates and with the cost of money, with the cost of borrowing money and using that money is different now and is probably double, maybe triple the price. The problem is that banks are needing more funding, needing more money, but I believe the wealthy, now that anybody that has money is more conscious of where else to put it other than banks, they're putting it more into real estate and into businesses and companies that they're buying equity from and buying more cash flowing assets because they know they can't trust the banks. If I have $500,000 in excess cash that I can put into a bank, I can either put it into a bank like Silicon Valley Bank or the Signature Bank that went down and potentially lose all of that money because it's only insured up to $250,000. So I can either put it into the bank and possibly lose it or put that $500,000 cash into a cash flowing real estate asset. And even if I don't get a good return for my first year or two on that asset due to the purchase price, I don't care because eventually it's going to pay me back far more than I invested into it. And I'm not going to lose the money because the actual value is in the real estate and not letting it go into a bank and possibly potentially lose it all due to it not being FDIC insured in the bank. So what do you think? What do you think is going to happen to the money supply? What do you think is going to happen to the banks? And what do you think is what actions investors are going to take because of these bank failures? Are they going to put more money into the real estate industry? Are they going to put more money into their assets? Are they going to buy up more businesses? What are they going to do with their excess money? Because obviously you can't trust many of the banks.